Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. This is Leia from Star Power Tarot, back with another reading for you. So I just got back from a long day at work, and I work with little kids. So if I'm tired, please just excuse my energy. But I love doing readings for you all, and I'm happy to be here. Today's question is, what will make you successful? So what will help you manifest? How will you manifest? How will you get toward financial success, career, fame, abundance, prosperity, recognition? So what is your route toward all of that? So before we get started, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, comment what resonates. I love reading your comments below. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link to my Etsy shop is in the video description below. And I love doing personal readings. And right now, the cheapest reading is $15, just so you know, at the time of this video. So for pile number one, we have this Jasper bracelet over the Moonology card. Pile number two, we have this Malachite bracelet. And pile number three, we have this Lapis Lazuli bracelet. So take a moment to meditate, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and really choose which pile or piles resonate with you the most. And you know how this works. I will see you at your video timestamp below, and I'll see you at your reading. Thank you. Hi there, pile number one. So if you chose the Jasper bracelets. Oh, did I say Jasper? I meant Jade. If you chose the Jade bracelet, and hopefully I didn't say Jasper in the intro, but anyways, this is your reading. So I'm just lighting some Palo Santo here for good luck and abundance. Before we get started, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, comment what resonates below. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link to my Etsy shop is in the video description below. But yeah, I just gotta, center myself a little bit before we start the reading. But let's go ahead and see what the Moonology card says. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So, depending on when you watch this video, but a message that I got from Spirit is it's around Taurus season. So April, May, when your dreams will really start to kick in. When your manifestation will really start to kick in, or those are just it's an important season for you in general, depending on your dreams, depending on your plans, depending on when you start watching this video. And if I'm swallowing a lot, it's because my throat is dry, so I'm sorry. Please ignore the weird swallowing sounds. And if you hear the music in the background, I'm actually playing 963 hertz crown chakra music just to help with my intuition and your intuition. So hopefully for the rest of my videos here on out, I'll be playing that music in the background because it really helps me center, and I think it helps get the message across, and it helps us with intuitive downloads. But for you, pile number one, how will you become successful? I'm really feeling that you need to write down what your manifestation is. And manifestation works differently for a lot of people. We all have our ways to manifest. Some people do it really kinesthetically, through exercise, through movement, through connection with nature. Other people, expressing themselves through art, drawing, or visualizing their manifestation. But for you, pile number one, you're really getting that you need to write it down. There's something here with the spoken word, or the written word, sorry, that augments your manifestation, pile number one. So with that practical plan, you also need to write down your concrete steps, and I mean baby steps, like baby step by baby step, toward your goals, because that is what will keep you focused, and that is what will spark the universe to start attracting that greatness to you, that abundance toward you. But I'm also hearing that a lot of you are just beginning to plant seeds. So if you're watching this pile, maybe you just started a new vocation, a new hobby. Some of you are returning to school. Spirit, what else do you want me to communicate to pile number one? And a lot of you, a lot of you who have a spirit animal, guiding you or offering you protection, or there's an animal in your vicinity. I was seeing a cat in my visualization, but there is an animal that offers you peace and warmth. And your message from spirit is to spend more time with that animal or with animals in general. So animal magic and being around animals will also augment your manifestation, pile number 1. But let's go ahead and let's get a spread out here. So I think on the left side, we'll get current conditions. And on the right side, we'll get how to unlock your manifestation. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get started. So let me pull from the Rider-Waite-Smith. So what are the blockages toward pile number 1, success, spirit? What are the blockages toward pile number 1's success? So spirit. Okay. We have the Death card. What else do we have, spirit? What are the blockages? The 4 of Wands. Wow, fascinating. And the Page of Cups. Okay. And how do we unlock? How do we unblock these energies, spirit? The 5 of Wands. I'm hearing, what's that phrase? Like, you gotta fight for your right to party. I don't know if that's like a 80s thing, a 70s thing. Did this want to come up or down? This wanted to come reverse, so we're gonna put this here. So, how interesting. So let's get some clarifying cards. So Spirit, can you please clarify the Page of Cups? Okay, let's just get one card. Clarify the Page of Cups, Spirit. At the 8 of Cups reversed. Clarifying the 4 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands reversed. Wow, that's so interesting. What a coincidence, right? Clarifying the Death card. What do we have? The 7 of Wands. Okay, now let's clarify these. So on the left side, we have current reality and blockages. And on the right side, we have how do you go about unlocking your manifestation. Okay, clarifying the 5 of Wands. We have the Ace of Cups. Clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Swords. And clarifying Temperance reverse. What do we have, Spirit? The 9 of Cups. Okay, yeah. A lot of it has to do with gratitude. So, but I will say for you, pile number 1, that, wow, first off, let's look at the blockages in your life right now and how you can surmount them. For some of you, it might be tied to location or where you live, might be a blockage for you. So some of you might need to move somewhere. I'm hearing moving somewhere more gritty or moving to a bigger city so you can pursue your art, so you can pursue your craft, pursue your career. But I think for the majority of you, what's actually limiting you with this Death card, clarified by the 7 of Wands, is there is a fear here of things ending, of putting an end to things, whether it be bad habits or unhelpful habits, right? No such thing as a bad habit, but there is such thing as an unhelpful habit. With the 7 of Wands, I really visualize somebody tending to so many fires at once. So there's a lot on your plate, pile number 1, or at the very least, there's a lot that you are worrying about. And with this Death card, I think Spirit is asking you to really consider what you need to eliminate from your life, whether it be connections that don't serve you, if it is practices or habits that no longer serve you, if it's a location that no longer serves you. This 4 of Wands clarified by the 4 of Wands reverse is actually really interesting because it feels like there's this energy of like, you know, maybe one of your dreams did come true, or you have been so successful in the past, but it's almost transfigured into this kind of nightmarish energy that I really feel, because the 4 of Wands clarified by the 4 of Wands reverse is almost saying, look at what I have and look how it's actually not that great as you think it would be. which makes sense because in the solutions side of the spread, you know, there's a focus here on gratitude with the Nine of Cups, but we'll get to that in a bit. But with that Four of Wands clarified by the Four of Wands reverse, just to reiterate, what's holding you back is this feeling that what you have isn't enough, or it actually isn't that great. And I also see for some of you with the Page of Cups, some of you are still searching for what it is that will make you great. Some of you are still looking for it with the Eight of Cups, but I'm hearing direction. I actually heard directionless, but I don't want to imply that you're directionless, pile number one. But you have to give yourself patience because you are still finding your way towards success. And with direction is something you can only discover through a process of elimination. It's not something that necessarily you're just born with. Like, you know exactly what to do at every time, every movement. You know exactly who to connect with, who to network with. We're not born like knowing that stuff instinctually off the bat. It's something we have to learn as we become adults slowly. And it's so funny because I was thinking, like, I was in the kitchen right when I came home from work today, and then I was like, oh my god, like this adulting thing, I am not doing well. And I was so like hard on myself. I was really judging myself. But I had to remind myself that it's not that I'm not doing well, it's that it's taken me a while to eliminate the direction that hasn't served me. And for you, pile number one, you have to let certain doors close, is what I see from the what's blocking you from your success. And some of you, you're being asked to be realistic, and not in a way that's like meant to discourage you, but in a way that's meant to affirm that you need to be realistic with your steps. So, you know, don't plan grandiose plans, because that is actually a symptom of doing things out of fear when you overplan. Or there's that phrase, bring a brick, not a cathedral. When you scene build in theater, it's just this phrase, and it's supposed to mean you just do a little bit at a time, do little baby steps at a time. There's no rush to get to where you need to be immediately, because you will get there eventually, pile number one. But your dreams need a practical plan, and you need to, let me get from the Journey of Love Oracle, you need to ground your goals a lot more in what you're capable of doing, given the energy that you have. But for this pile, I'm really feeling that a lot of you are romantics or creatives in some sense. Let's get a confirmation from Spirit. So Spirit, what is a confirmation card? Ooh, I don't know why I felt kind of woozy just now. Like, I'm feeling kind of... I don't know if you've ever watched Scream, but like, there's that line, I'm feeling woozy here, man. Or I don't know what he says, but it's like when the killers reveal that they're the killers, and then like they like stab each other like to make themselves look like the victims. Anyways, yeah, exactly. Simplicity we got from the Journey of Love Oracle. You need to simplify, and it's so funny because it's all the same color scheme, with the simplicity being green, and then here we have the jade, and then your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus from the Moonology card deck, I meant. But this is interesting, pile number one, because it's this message of you're gonna get there, but it's gonna happen bit by bit. So don't rush anything, because every step, everywhere you're meant to be, is just as important as the final step. So you really have to enjoy the journey, pile number one. So is there a visualization, Spirit, that you want me to provide? Pile number one. Yeah, focus. Because I'm getting an image of you closing certain boxes that no longer serve you. And, you know, those boxes that no longer serve you need to be closed. And you'll know instinctually what I'm talking about when you visualize it, when you imagine it. But you need to harness your energy by focusing it more, pile number one, into a particular direction. And be patient with yourself, because it might take time to find that direction or to find the certain steps. And I'll give you an example. For the longest time, I thought, I moved here to Los Angeles and I was like, I'm just going to do my arts. And then I realized very, very slowly, like it took me 2 years to realize that like my art is not sustainable because of my mental health. I need to work on my mental health first. And then once I got that all taken care of, it was like financially I need to be okay to do my art. So like if I'm not making money, I can't invest in my artistic practice, you know what I mean? And speaking of making money, book a personal reading with me in the Etsy video description, in the video description below, that link to my Etsy shop. Anyways, not to plug, but totally to plug. Hope you're enjoying this reading thus far, pile number 1. But yeah, let's look at, what was I saying? Sorry for my ADHD. So you need to get yourself to a place where you're stable enough to get to your goals. And whatever goal it is, you need to be stable enough emotionally, and you need to be stable enough financially, at the very least, materially. And in terms of, also feeling comfortable with where you live, feeling safe, all of that has to happen. All of that has to align before you really manifest. So I think a lot of people try to look for like manifestation shortcuts, but really there is no shortcut to manifesting. Like it really is just about believing yourself and optimizing your conditions. So spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, optimizing everything as much as you can, because that is what will allow you to produce and to pursue your goals. And that is what will give you the energy to attract things from the universe, is when you start living healthy and balanced. Speaking of, so with the solutions, side to this reading, with the 5 of Wands here, you're really getting this message, pile number 1, to just fight for what it is that you love, clarified by the Ace of Cups, right? You're not on this earth to justify anything to anybody. Like, you just need to pursue what you need to pursue, and don't care about the little fights, or don't let the little things distract you from what is meant to make you happy. And you need to take a break, 4 of Swords. You're getting a Temperance reverse, which means there is a need for balance. And it's interesting because the cards surrounding that Temperance card are really telling us what you need to do to be balanced. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. You need to expect that your progress is going to happen surely, but slowly, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You will get to where you need to get eventually, pile number 1. But with that 4 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the 9 of Cups, you need to cultivate rest is the first thing. I think this out of you're the first pile, but I think out of all the piles, I will say, this is the pile that really needs to sleep on it and just do baby steps every day. And there's that idea that do the 1%. Does that make sense? There's this book called Atomic Habits, and the advice in that book is, if you just sustain 1% of effort every day, sooner or later, that 1% daily will catch up and add up to like 100%. So do the small things every day, the small habits, the small things that'll keep you on track. Do a little version of your art, a little version of your work. Do what is sustainable and accomplishable for you. So you need to rest. You need to build slowly, build in baby steps. And you need to cultivate a sense of gratitude, because the Temperance reverse is being clarified by the 9 of Cups upright, which means you need to unlock your manifestation by recognizing what the universe has already given you, pile number 1. And I really feel that, for you, pile number 1, the universe has given you a sense of conviction and a sense of pacing that you need to cultivate a gratitude toward. And for a lot of you, you're also getting a message that the reason, if you feel like you haven't been successful, it was meant to be that way, because there's still leveling up that you need to do before you grab that success. Does that make sense? It's like the difference between going on TV for like a reality show when you're 18 versus going on when you're like 27. Like, that's almost a decade apart in wisdom. But who would you rather have on TV, the 18-year-old version of you or the 27-year-old version of you? Probably the 27-year-old version, right? So if you feel like you haven't grabbed the success that you want to just yet, don't fret about it. It's okay. It's meant to be that way because you're meant to get it when you've leveled up in other areas of your life, and you're meant to get it when you have more to show in terms of your character and your stability. But for pile number one, how will you become successful? It's through optimizing your stability. That is what's going to accelerate your manifestation, and writing down your plans and writing down and practicing your baby steps. That's really what is going to bring you bring you success is what I meant. From the NASA cards, let's get, what will you be known for? And we'll ask that question for every pile. The goddess, God, universe, divine, earth, air, fire, water, spirit, angels, spirit guides, ancestors. What will pile number one be known for? Here we are. Enceladus and Tethys, two of Saturn's moon, were lined up when Cassini captured this image. Okay, so the message here with the two of Saturn's moon, and two of Saturn's moons. And Saturn is the god of time. Kronos is the god of time. There's the phrase of Saturn return, where karmic energetic lessons really come full circle in your life at the ages of 27 and 54. Every 27 or so years, or close to that proximity, these karmic lessons really come back full circle, and manifestations become stronger because cycles are ending and beginning. So you might be 27, or the ages 27 and 54 might be of purpose to you. But the message that I'm getting, pile number one, is that you are meant to be known for your maturity and your stability. And I think that'll freak some of you out, because some of you are going to be like, oh my God, I'm not stable, I'm not mature, I'm not even that old. But it's okay, because you are meant to be known for your reliability and your steadiness and your consistency in whatever it is that you do. You will be known for being consistent at it, being stable in it, and having an even body of work, even keeled, even set. Body of work that is durable and that impresses people. But right now, I think you're going through a metamorphosis of your stability, and you're stabilizing in so many ways, pile number one. But that's everything that I have for you. That's how you can become successful, how you can accelerate your manifestation. Comment what resonated. Oops, I totally spit on this card. Comment what resonated. Book a personal reading with me. My Etsy shop link is in the video description below. And as always, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in your next reading. And good luck to you, pile number one. Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. This is, what am I doing? I feel like I was about to record the intro again. What I meant to say was, hi, pile number two. Thank you for choosing pile number two. This is your reading. And if you're wondering why I made that mistake, it's because I just came back from like an hour-long break. Just forgive me, because the new Mitski album just came out, so I've been like researching it and like going back and forth as to whether I should listen to it or not. But I figured I would just finish the last two piles and then get to the album. Let me go ahead and turn on the chakra music. But yeah, this is pile number two. Thank you for choosing pile number two. Before we get started, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as always, comment what resonates. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, my Etsy shop link is in the video description below. But pile number two, you chose this Malachite bracelet. And it's so interesting because Malachite is a stone about the opening and the release and purging of the heart space, or the heart chakra. So it's a very powerful stone, especially in its raw form, which we have right here. I don't know, for some reason I feel like tumbled malachite is not as, how do I say, it's not as intense, but most of my intense experiences with malachite have been with the raw malachite that I have here, that I meditate with sometimes. But so this video is How will you be successful? How will you unlock your manifestation? How will you reach success, fame, notoriety, recognition, all that kind of stuff? And how can you unblock yourself from blockages that you have? So from the Moonology card, we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So already I feel intuitively that a lot of you, pile number 2, you're going to be known for your contributions, not just to your field or your art or your business, but also your day-to-day personal contributions to other people's lives, if that makes sense. So it's, for this pile, there's something philanthropic and something really generous and humanitarian about the energy of this pile. Let me get from Spirit. Well, these two just fell out, so we're going to actually choose these two. Knowing without knowing and simplicity. How interesting. Because pile number 1 also got the simplicity card. But knowing without knowing. I think that's the first time this has ever fallen out of this deck for me. But let's go ahead, and on the left side, we're going to get current energies, current blockages. On the right side, we're going to get your route towards success and solutions, okay? So, Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit, Angels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors. What is the, okay, well, these wanted to come out. So the 10 of Swords and the King of Cups. Some of you, take what resonates, but some of you are currently, in terms of success, you're not in a happy position. Or you're in a position where you might not be doing something that fulfills you, or you might not feel like you're as productive enough to be fulfilled. In which case the answer is to always have patience for yourself and to recognize that you have the power to make the changes that you want to make. Pile number 2. But let's see. So, what are the current solutions? The Devil, okay. And then we have the 9 of Cups reverse. Oh, this is actually really interesting. Wow, this is going to be a really complex reading. I can already sense it. Let's go ahead and get some clarifying cards. So Spirit, can you clarify the left side of current reality and blockages? Can you clarify, Spirit? Okay, 3 of Swords reverse. And then the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, Spirit, can you clarify solutions? The Magician. Okay. And then what do we have here? The 5 of Cups reverse. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay. I need to take a moment to, close my eyes and meditate and really think about this spread, because this is actually a really interesting spread. It's probably one of the most complex pulls I have ever done. But let's see. Goddess, God, Universe, Divine. Is there a manifestation, visualization you want me to provide? Pile number 2. Yeah, there's a snake in the grass. I don't know if maybe when you were a kid you saw a snake in the grass, but that's the visualization that I'm getting for you. Pile number 2. I don't know why I'm getting that. So that'll resonate for some of you, the image of a snake in the grass. But I think for a lot of you, maybe, I think the snake symbolizes... Sorry, I totally just got distracted because there's people outside my house. Hold up. Okay, hi, pile number 2. I'm actually back. This is actually the next day from the last part of this video. I took a break over the night, listened to the new Mitski album. It's great. But I got distracted, and then the energies were really fluctuating and I couldn't really focus. So I'm actually back here with your reading, pile number 2, in terms of how will you be successful? How will you unlock your manifestation? How will you unblock yourself to achieve your manifestation? But with that image of the snake in the grass, I heard from Spirit a message of be strategic. And there's something here about being strategic with who you give to. And your success pile number 2 is really characterized by this, by partnerships, is what I really see with the Devil card. And it's about partnerships with people who match your intensity and your energy. But pile number 2, with your success, when you're being strategic with these partnerships that will be influential for you, you want to make sure these partnerships are healthy, or that you're working in a healthy way with your partners, or that the work itself is sustainable, because that is the surefire way toward abundance. So, like I said before, this is a really complex sort of spread. We're going to try to get through it bit by bit. But, Spirit, what do you mean by a time to give rather than take with the Malachite bracelet? I'm hearing let's pull from the Energy Oracle. So, let's pull from the Energy Oracle. How will pile number 2 become successful? Spirit, how will pile number 2 be successful? Yeah, patience. So exactly what we said with that snake. Ooh, something fell, but I'll pick that up in a bit. But that snake in the grass sort of energy with the patience card. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So pile number 2, I think it's about, for you, your road to success is about really waiting out for the long haul. And pile number 1 got a similar message about don't expect things to happen so fast for you. You need to accept that things are happening for you generally all the time. And in terms of manifestation, there's something called the law of assumption, which is where you assume through gratitude that everything you have, you already have, that you already have access to it, that it's already yours. And then you have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. A time to give rather than take. Yeah. So for this pile number 1 had a similar message, but you're getting an energy of what will bring you towards success is the health of your relationship to work, and the health of your collaborations, and the health of your partnerships. For this pile, I'm really getting the feeling that you are bound to meet several influential people in your life who will help you level up. But there is a harshness toward yourself with that 10 of Swords that I see here. There's a harshness toward yourself that you need to repair, that you need to heal from. And there's a focus on happiness and health. This is very much a pile of people who are like, I have to do this. I have to be a certain way. And Spirit is saying, you need to form generosity toward yourself. Allow yourself to just be your most natural, your most authentic. And that's why we're getting all these green heart space colors, heart chakra colors with the Malachite and health and the time to give rather than take, because it's about your authenticity, pile number 2. So you will be successful when you step into just being your most authentic self unabashedly, without shame. It's interesting because what do we do to unblock? On the right side, in terms of unblocking so that you can manifest, this pile really needs to believe in their ability to create, and needs to really see themselves as connected to source, because we have the Magician here. And every time we have the Magician is a reminder that everything you want in life, you can create. You have the means to make it happen already, or at least some version of it happening, right? But with the Devil card, the Nine of Cups reverse, the Five of Cups reverse, and simplicity, simplify, pile number 2. You need to pare down really the things that are no longer necessary, or the things that are harming you, or partnerships, relationships that aren't supporting you. Everything this pile needs to do to be successful, you need to focus on doing out of a space of love. So if you have a goal, you need to love that goal, because that is what will accelerate your manifestation. If you're doing things out of obligation, pile number 2, it's not going to happen, or at least it's not going to happen as fast as you'd want it to happen. And that's because your authenticity is the spark, is the energy that will lead you to success, that'll lead you to accelerating your manifestation. But with that image of the snake in the grass, you're getting this message of, yes, be strategic, but don't be too sly. Don't slither. Don't manipulate. Don't think you have to outsmart or play a game. All you need to do, pile number 2, is be true to yourself and do the things that it's like you already know what you need to do with the knowing without knowing 41 card. And it's funny because 41 simplifies down to 4 plus 1, which is 5. And 5 is the number in numerology of change and transformation and destabilization. And I think what this spread is telling you, pile number 2, is that you need to go through a metamorphosis of some sort, of transforming who you are and really repivoting toward just doing things that make you feel happy, because that's the magic that you're missing, is the magic of doing things that make you feel fulfilled, that make you feel happy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to, first off, clean the cards that just fell. And from this deck, which fell, the Tarot of the Spirit, we're going to clear the spread. And we're going to get some cards from the Tarot of the Spirit. And we're going to balance out that energy with the Zilich Tarot or the Shadowscapes, because this deck tends to be really intense. And it tends to be really provocative. And we have to balance that energy because we can't be too enthralled by darkness or by the intensity of this deck. And every deck is different, and as a reader you form different relationships with each deck, and each deck will bring out different nuances to the reading. So Spirit, what is happening with pile number 2? What is the advice toward becoming successful? Okay, the Lovers and the Tower. Some of you, and take what resonates, you have a relationship of some sort that's holding you back. There's a relationship of some sort that is making you fearful, or that is transforming right now, and it's taking your power, or it's stopping you from moving at a faster pace. It might not be the healthiest relationship. That's the first message. The second message is, for a lot of you, you're taking care of someone who is sick, for some of you, and this person is requiring your energy, and then Spirit is saying, hey, it's okay. Spirit wants to give you a hug, because Spirit is saying that it's okay, just let things transform as they should. And there's another message that some of you might have lost somebody, and their spirit is watching over you in this reading, and from now on. But in any case, it's again, it's collaboration. And pile number 2, I think out of all the piles in general, I think you will need to create lasting partnerships in healthy ways. So a lot of you are in collaborative fields, or you're people to people kind of people, or you're okay, what is this card fell out? The 5 of Wands, Strife, reverse. Some of you are in some sort of battle or some sort of argument, and the message from Spirit is to give it up. Like, it's taking too much of your energy, it's taking too much of your time. Allow yourself to release it. Or if you're being controlled by an institution, for some of you as well. It could be parents, it could be grad school, it could be allow yourself to release it. And then the Prince of Swords. And then what's the third card that we have? The Princess of Wands. Wow. Yeah, so for a lot of you, there is some sort of strife that is clouding your life. And the message is to proceed with your chin held up high. You don't need to fight this out. It's not worth it. And it's taking your energy, and you need to, and it could be anything. It could be your relationship with yourself. It could be your relationship with someone else. It could be your relationship with a company or an institution. But whatever it is, you need to proceed with your chin held up high and proceed as if it's not bothering you, because it's taking too much of your energy away. But for a lot of you, there is some form of catalyst toward transformation, is what I hear. And Spirit, what is the visualization you want me to provide? Pile number 2. Well, I just heard a very specific message that some of you need to watch pile number 3. That's what I heard from Spirit just now. So pile number 3, in many ways, seems like it'll be a continuation of this reading. But I'm getting the instinctual, intuitive feeling that we're going to need to spend a lot of time with the people who chose this pile. Okay, let's clear these energies out. And let's get from the Moonology. How will pile number 2, I almost said pile number 3, so Spirit, how will pile number 2 become successful? I love the Moonology deck. What did I say? What do you need to release? What partnerships or relationships or situations do you need to get out of to stabilize yourself so that you can work toward your success? Pile number 2. I don't know why we're getting this message to pull from the Little Prince Tarot. But how can pile number 2, what will they be known for? Once they release themselves from instability and allow themselves to transform, what will pile number 2 be known for, Spirit? What will give them recognition? What will give pile number 2 recognition? The 9 of Cups, okay. What will give pile number 2 recognition, Spirit? Okay, here we are. Death. The Page of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. Temperance. And the 3 of Wands reverse. Okay, now let's clarify each of these with the Shadowscapes. Spirit, what? Okay, clarifying Temperance, we have the Devil. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Swords. Clarifying Death, there's a lot here. We're gonna pick one. Spirit, just give me one of these 3. Okay, that's the one, the 2 of Pentacles. Strength also wanted to pop out. We'll keep that in mind. Clarify the 9 of Cups. How will pile number 2 be recognized? The 8 of Pentacles. Clarify the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands reverse. Okay, and clarify the 3 of Wands reverse. Qu'est-ce que c'est? The King of Swords. Qu'est-ce que c'est? For those of you who have taken French or who speak French. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que passe? Then we have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Okay, so first off, pile number 2, everything that you want to have, you will have. You'll get it. You might not be in the energy where you have it right now, necessarily, like physically in front of you, but you will get it. You are moving into, with the energy of this left side transfigurating into this right side, you are moving into an energy of gratitude. You're moving into an energy of accepting where you are. You're moving toward building progress slowly. and you're moving toward an energy of making decisions in your life with the King of Swords, being the person who makes decisions. For right now, though, similar to pile number 1, you're learning this lesson of divine balance with the Devil, and a lot of you might be dealing with issues of codependency. And like I said before, it could be relationships with anything. It could be with an institution, with a company, with a person, with a boss, with a lover, with a family member, parent. But you're learning to let go of that with the Death card, because letting go of that is what will bring you into balance with the Two of Pentacles. But for now, opportunities that you want might not be sliding in as fast as you desire, but that's okay, because through your gratitude with the Nine of Cups, that is where you will be building yourself up slowly. And I'm actually realizing now why Spirit had me stop this reading last night, was because actually after this reading, I watched a video about the law of assumption. And I think Spirit wanted me to take that message and give it to you this morning, in the second part of this reading. And that is your gratitudes in the present tense, assuming that you have something. Like I am beautiful, I am healthy, I have these opportunities, I have these bookings, I have a well-paying job, I have a fulfilling career, I am content. Those affirmative sentences, if you write them down every day, pile number 2, the written word is what will allow your manifestation to accelerate and to complete. But you need to write it down every day as a message that I'm getting for you. But there's this message here of you will gain recognition once you start treating yourself with kindness, with that empathy card. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You will gain recognition once you pare down your life and remove the extra petals, if that makes sense. I'm getting from this pile that a lot of you have too much going on and you need to simplify. That's what I'm really feeling. You need to really simplify your approach to things, and you need to release the expectation that you're gonna get all of it done all at once. Let's get from, well, what have we pulled from? Let's get from the Journey of Love Oracle. So Spirit, is there any final advice for... This reading has been so chaotic, so I'm sorry if I have ever confused you during this reading. Like I said before, though, if you want more personal details, book a personal reading with me. My Etsy shop link is in the video description below. I just have to plug that. I love connecting with you all. What will pile number 2 be known for? Shakti 19, which comes down to 1 or 10. And can we clarify that card, Spirit? Beauty. Okay. Some of you will be known for the sheer beauty of your work. So if you're artists, you will be known for your ethereal music, your designs, your visuals. And you'll also be known for kind of doing things from a place of passion, or doing projects on the fly, or being really inspired. And this, I'm really getting the sacral chakra with Shakti, with those colors of red, orange. I'm really feeling that this is an energy of artistic creation and pleasure and fulfillment. And, you know, we also have an orange-blue card with beauty, and blue symbolizing, you know, the third eye space, the throat space, you know, and vision and communication. A lot of you will be known for the quality of your work. Your work is going to be very impressive. But for now, you need to remove what isn't working for you. And that includes expectations. Is there something from the Goddess Tarot, the Goddess Oracle, that can provide us any extra pointers, Spirit? You know, it's so funny because I work with certain decks, and I always feel like, oh, I should explore other decks, but I'm kind of just like, I don't really want to buy new tarot or oracle decks because there's so much to explore already with the ones that I have. And I'm still building relationships with the decks. So I mean, if you want to get something off my wish list, I would love that, and I'll give you a reading in return. But for now, I kind of feel like, I love the decks that I have. Like, I'm content. So Spirit, how will pile number 2 reach success? Here we are. How will pile number 2 reach success? Just give us one card, Spirit, please. 1, 2, 3. Gaia, Earth. Yeah, we have another green Taurian Virgo energy here. So with Gaia, Earth, it really is about entering the heart space and doing things that make you feel happy. Because that's where the beauty will emanate from. If you do things that make you feel happy and fulfilled, your audience, your employers, your coworkers will sense that. And that is what will raise your vibration and raise your reputation. Pile number 2. I hope that helped. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, book a personal reading with me. My Etsy shop link is in the video description below. And the cheapest reading right now is $15. As always, comment what resonates, and I love reading your comments. And that's everything I have for you, pile number 2. So for those of you who it resonated with, stick around for pile number 3, because I feel pile number 3 will be a continuation of some important messages for you. But that is everything that I have for you right now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi there, pile number 3, last but definitely not least, this is your reading. So if you chose the Lapis Lazuli bracelet, this is how you will reach success. How will you unlock your manifestation, and how you will achieve recognition, fame, notoriety, appreciation. So before we get started, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, comment what resonates. I love always reading your comments and responding. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, my Etsy shop link is in the video description below. And the cheapest reading as of this video is $15. That's just everything. But Lapis Lazuli, this is a stone that really helps with the throat space, the communication space, and the third eye space. It really helps with accessing your intuition. And I'm getting this message from Spirit right now that a lot of you have a really strong vision for how you want your life to turn out. And I'm getting an image of you're dipping your toes into the water, and it's coming true for you. So that vision of your life, how you want it to play out, it's happening, or some version of it is happening. And I think that's the message that Spirit has for you. And what do we have here? Another blue card, right? Interesting. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Yes. So for this pile, dream magic. A lot of dream magic and visualization is going to be very integral to your success. And it's also about stepping into this dream-like energy that will spark creativity, that'll align you with your divinity, align you with your purpose, and really trusting your instincts, pile number 3. That is what will bring you towards success. So Spirit, I hear, let's shuffle 2 more times. Okay. Oops, that was missing. But let's go see on the left side the reality of your current situation, and on the right side we're going to get how can you unlock your manifestation. So Spirit, Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit, Angels, Spirit Guides, and Ancestors. For pile number 3, okay, that was a lot of cards, but we're gonna get the ones that came face up. What do we have? The Moon, exactly. The 3 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords reverse. Ooh, and then we have the Queen of Cups here as kind of a surprise. Wow, that's surprising. What do we have for how do we unlock? All the piles today are getting a message start to really research the law of assumption. And that is when, through your gratitudes, you assume that everything you want, you already have and you have access to. And when you write that out every day, those I have blank, I am blank, I already blank, sentences, that is what will accelerate your manifestation. I'm really excited for this pile. I'm getting a really excited energy, which kind of rare, but I'm feeling that for this pile, things are really about to kick in for you. I don't know why that made me a little emotional. Things are about to kick in for you, pile number 3. I really do feel that. I'm not exaggerating. Hold on, someone's knocking on my door. Let me go get it. Okay, pile number 3, I'm back, sorry. FedEx was just knocking on my door and my housemate got the package. But as I was saying, I'm excited for this pile because I think out of all the piles, this is the one where your creative pursuits are being activated and you're really about to discover projects that are exciting. And some of you are getting visual inspirations that are going to be really integral to your manifestation. But for this pile, Lapis Lazuli and blue kyanite, you really need to invest in those two because that is what will spark your intuition, strengthen your intuition, and it's also what's going to ensure your success. So Lapis Lazuli and blue kyanite, right? Very powerful crystals. What is the energy here, Spirit? What is the current energy? Why? I mean, I can't make this up. Like, you're getting so much blue energy here. Even my sweater is blue. My sexy little crop top and my Daisy Dukes. But, growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Exactly. So this pile, your success is really contingent on you expanding your intuition. So if I were you, I would fall asleep listening to third eye meditations. And I think also astrophyllite. This is astrophyllite. And as I pointed out, the astrophyllite, a car just roared in the distance. So I think that's another powerful dream-making stone for you, pile number 3. And let's get the Zillich Tarot. It's just, this is the most watercolory, dreamy pile. And I think a lot of you are really are dreamy people in some sense. But can we clarify the 10 of Swords? What do we have here? The 10 of Swords, clarifying the 10 of Swords reverse. And then what's clarifying the 3 of Wands, Spirit? The 10 of Cups reverse. Yeah, a lot of you have been through such trauma. I don't know, I'm getting that. The 3 of Pentacles reverse work. So the downloads are coming really fast for this pile. And not just because I had coffee, but... And then the Ace of Swords here. Things are coming in fast for you, pile number 3. But there's a message here about... Okay, we have the Hermit. I don't know where to put him, but I'll put him in the middle. But you're getting this message of what your work needs to not feel like work for it to be successful. And pile number 2 had a very similar message about really just doing what makes you happy and doing what you enjoy. And I think that that's why pile number 2 got a message to continue into this reading. I think because pile number 2's reading was so intense that for those of you who are watching from pile number 2, this is kind of another contour to your reading, that things are happening fast. And there's a lot of creative energy here, a lot of beautiful watercolory, marble-y energy is I really feel from this spread. It's actually quite fascinating. But let's go ahead and let me grab my astrophyllite and my blue kyanite and let me go ask Spirit, are there any visualizations you want me to provide, pile number 3? Yes, there's a lot of painting I see. So some of you are painters, or your approach to your work is very similar to painting. Some of you might be in makeup or costume design, or entering those fields. And some of you in the near future, I think the next 2 or 3 years, there's going to be a ceremony of some sort. Ceremony of some sort recognizing you for your work. This is the energy of like the big project you want to do, it's gonna happen for you. And you need to be okay, pile number 3, with it happening earlier than you thought. And maybe you didn't think you would be that ready for it, but Spirit wants you to know that you are ready for it. Like, it's gonna happen for you. And that big project you've been waiting on, just do the work that'll lead you to there. And then it's so simple. Just do the work that will lead you to there. And the big project that you want, that you're thinking of intuitively, is going to happen for you. But I'm getting these downloads of like blue kyanite, astrophyllite, amethyst, lapis lazuli, watercolors, white tea, coconut, chamomile. It's so soothing. And a lot of you will become successful when you recognize that your work is meant to soothe other people. It's meant to make other people imagine and wonder and spark in terms of their wonder, their imagination, the possibilities. I'm hearing this pile has it all. Like, it's gonna work out for you, pile number 3. It's gonna work out for you. Wow, I almost don't want to stop this reading because I just think it's so interesting. Like, this is such an interesting spread. I mean, the spreads today have all been really interesting, but this one particularly has been very, very intriguing. But pile number 3, yeah, a lot of you are creatives, and you're meant to be recognized for the sensitivity of your work. And that's something that not everyone does, and not everyone is born with that sensitivity. But how will you get there, pile number 3? Let's give you some concrete advice. How can you get there? I mean, you already got, a message to just focus on your intuition, focus on your throat space, your third eye space, and really just hone in on the work. Because if you just hone in on the work, everything you want is gonna come true, or your dreams will come true. Here we have strength, reverse. Let's get another card. Spirit. I don't know, I totally thought of like Spirit Halloween. So some of you might be watching around Halloween time. The 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. A lot of you are like, this is the early years. Like, Spirit is telling you, you're in the early years of your career. And just be okay with that, because it's not always going to be the early years. It makes me smile because it's so comforting, like that message of like, a lot of you are in, we have the Knight of Cups. Pursue projects that will make people cry. That is, what did I just say? Then we got the Ace of Cups. What did I just say? Pile number 3. So, you know, the thing, pile number 3, your art is really a gift to the world. The sensitivity of it, like, you really have the power to tug at people's heartstrings. And for some of you, there's a festival coming up, or there's some sort of event coming up where you will be able to explore tugging at people's heartstrings. But it's the early years right now with the 8 of Pentacles card, and with the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Pursue projects that are about sensitivity. Pursue art that's about emotionality, because that is what will lead you to where you need to be. Follow the direction of your work. The 3 of Swords reverse. Exactly. Follow the direction of healing heartbreak, and really recognize that your art is meant to heal people's hearts. And then we have the Death card in reverse. I cannot make this shit up. Like, this is such a powerful reading with that Death card in reverse. Where are we gonna put her? Put her here. It's funny because this Hermit reverse is almost like a continuation of the Death card in reverse, and they're all pointing down. And ooh, I just got a spooky download. It's very personal, so I'm not going to share it. But like, I get that this reading really connects with me on another level. But make the art that is about recovery. And it could even be about death. Like, make the art that's about grieving, that's about mourning. Make the art that's about heartbreak. You're meant to be known for the sensitivity of your art. That is how you will be recognized, or the sensitivity of the way you move through the world. I don't mean to just be focused on artists, but I feel like a lot of you watching this pile are necessarily artists, judging by just the way this, spread is turning out. But Spirit, are there any visualizations you want me to provide? Pile number 3. Something about dolphins or water or the composer Ravel or fountains, judo, that piano piece, judo, like JEUXDEAO. DEAU, I meant. Some of you need to listen to that because that music is going to elevate you spiritually. Watery piano music is going to represent the next era of your work. And some of you are already in that direction, and you're being tasked to move even more in that direction, if that makes sense. Wow, this is really powerful. I don't want to stop this reading. I just think this is so fun. But let's get from the Journey of Love Oracle. So what are some messages you want us to provide? Spirit, what messages do you want us to provide? Pile numero 3. Or in Tagalog, tatlong. Okay. I was going to say, it's so funny because I teach these little kids and we do this unity clap that is inspired by like Filipino Mexican activism. And, part of the clap is the kids have to count in Tagalog. And one of the girls said, tatlong, which means 3. And she said it in like the most perfect accent. And everybody was just laughing. I don't know why I feel compelled to bring up that memory, but it happened last night. But it was just so endearing. What did I say? With the blues, the purples, funny because you also have a bit of the orange from the sacral chakra, sensual awakening. You just gotta focus, pile number 3, on making people feel a certain way. And that is what is going to bring you success, is the way you make people feel. That is what you will be known for. It's poetry. It's really beautiful. It's what separates you from so many other people, is the poetry of your work. Some of you might even actually be poets. Are there visualizations you want me to provide? I see there's a crown, there's a scepter, there's some sort of award, and there's a beautiful ball gown for a lot of you that I see in my third eye. I don't call myself psychic, but I do try to relay intuitive visualizations and messages from spirit. But I don't like calling myself a psychic because I think it's kind of hokey. And we're all psychic, you know what I mean? Like every average person is a psychic. We all have psychic abilities and intuitive capabilities. I'm really looking at this 9 of Cups. Something about mermaids and fish or water might inspire you, pile number 3. But yeah, I think, you know what? I think we can stop there. I'm just so excited for this pile. And if you want more specific details, book a personal reading with me. My Etsy shop link is in the video description below. And like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, comment what resonates. I would love to hear your comments. Now I gotta edit this video, and I'll have fun editing it. I just cleared a lot of space on my Mac, so now I can actually edit videos more quickly. But yeah, pile number 3, I would really like to know what it is that you do for work or for your art. I'm actually really fascinated by this spread. But that's everything, pile number 3. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you take care and stay safe, and I will see you in the next reading.